139 prisoners will be released early this week in the latest batch of releases aimed at easing overcrowding in Scottish prisons. Short-term prisoners serving sentences of under 4 years and within 180 days of their scheduled release date are eligible for emergency release. And this prisoner, who didn't want to be named, was serving a sentence in Barlinnie in Glasgow for carrying a knife.
Was that?
I was let out early.
Were you? What are conditions like inside?
Terrible.
Can you describe it to me?
Chaos is one word can describe it as chaos.
How do you feel about being early release?
Feel good.
What would you say to your victims who would be upset that
There
you're
was no
released?
victims, it was just me carrying a knife.
Sorry, how early have you been released?
Since just there, since she's seen me.
When was your release meant to be?
Next year.
How do you feel about getting released early?
How do you think I feel good?
Last week, the Scottish Government approved the plans that could result in around 990 prisoners being released over the next 6 months. Anyone serving a sentence for sexual offences or domestic abuse is excluded, as are registered sex offenders. Scottish Justice Secretary Angela Constance said while 213 prisoners are eligible for release this week, the Governor's veto means only 139 will be freed. James Mee, who was serving a sentence for drug driving, was also released today from Saughton Prison in Edinburgh.
I was supposed to get released for electronic tag, which is a home release tag, and I was at the final stage of getting that done in Inverness, and they transferred me down here. So all they had to do was the Governor to sign in Inverness, and I'll be released at that time when the first get back to my job, which is my life. And they put me down here for 2.5 months, 3 months, and it's been the worst experience of my life.
The early release scheme comes as the country's prison population reached record high numbers this month, and prisons are running at red risk status, according to the Scottish Prison Service. The agency said most prisons have a population far higher than they were designed to hold.
There are drugs everywhere, and there are good people and there are bad people, and I've been assaulted in there by people. There's not enough people to do, prison to do. There's not enough. It's overcrowded, like beyond. I can't put into account anything else really. I'm traumatised from the experience of my first offender for drink driving, cannabis driving. So I know what I was wrong, but in there are people in the suffering that need a voice, and people who work for charities like Upside, Hazel, who has just met me, has saved my life, I think, and people in there who looked after me when I looked after other people in the past. So.
And in the next 5 months, 7 more groups of inmates across Scotland will be released, with 3 more groups of prisoners set to be let out before Christmas.